Good morning, everyone. Happy December 23rd, Tuesday. It's getting there, guys. Christmas Eve here before you know it. Good to see you all. What's going on? Right into the coffee hide this morning. Wicked odd guy. Wendy Turner is the first comment in here. Michael Moeller, a close second. Locke Johnson, you're slipping, brother. Maybe we rigged it. Oh, we didn't actually. Chris Pierce, Josh Baker. Good morning, guys. Hey, I hope some of you guys are off, taking some time this week. Tim Kaspazak, Yin Johnson. Yeah, Josh is leaving the gym. Good for you. Yeah. Matthew Padron. Good morning, sir. How are you? What's happening, guys? Coming in smoking hot this morning. Yeah. Things to do, places to go, people to be. Yeah. Got my WWBD shirt on today. Yeah. Wearing it loud and proud for my friend Bubba Hogan. Got the brand going. Yeah. So, yeah, we like to do that. Ask yourself, what would Bubba do? You know, it'll get you out of most sticky situations that you shouldn't have got into in the first place, right? That's been fun. It's been fun this year to do that kind of stuff. We got 3 days left after today till day 365. So we're going to have some kind of review calls the next few days. Talk about the impact of doing this for the whole year has been not just on you, but on me. So good morning from Denver, a crisp 74 yesterday. Yeah, Dave, lose my number. I gotta change the link. Yeah, today's live, proudly sponsored by Bubba Hogan. Yeah, for sure. I gotta start getting paid for this stuff, Joe. You know, it's all good. Thanks, Josh. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll talk more about it tomorrow and then on Christmas Day and then on Friday. Top of the morning to you, Paul Tarasuk. Yeah, the balance of the day to yourself, me lad. You have any full-blown Irishmen on here? Are you one, Paul? I don't think so. I don't think Tarasuk is is Irish, is it? Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm a little Irish. Coffee's good. Temperature is, I think, reasonable today. Yeah, 20. Shorts and mittens. Winter storm warning in effect. Wow, grab your bread and your milk. It's gonna get it's gonna get crazy. Oh man, like bring it on. Like I don't know about you, but you know, up here in Maine, if we don't get a foot, I don't really even, doesn't change my day, Um just reach down, throw her in four-wheel drive and rip it up. So yeah. Surprised Bubba doesn't charge me a licensing fee. Yeah, there's got to be some consideration in there for him somewhere, right? 70 in Georgia for Christmas. Come on. Yeah. Nope. Paul, not Irish. Oh man. Well, yeah, guys, we've had a lot of fun. Today is day 362. Unreal. Unreal. Well, I was kind of getting prepared for the next 3 days, but I'll share a little bit of what I was thinking was that, the front end, it was exciting, kind of keep the streak. And then the middle kind of got to be, it was a grind at times, right? Doing it from the airport, popping up in Texas and Louisville, wherever. And then, probably for the last 100 days, it's been like laser focused on getting to the finish line, right? So, yeah, Michael Mola says the whole area shuts down if we get more than a couple inches of snow. Yeah, I remember when Bailey went out to Texas just about 5 years ago. She brought the ice storm and cold weather with her, and she asked everybody that it snowed pretty good. She said, "When did the plows come through?" There are no plows. Yeah, Dave Hannaford is crazy today. 120,000 cases being shipped out today. For those of you guys that don't know, Dave works in the distribution center for the local or the largest grocer, probably largest in the Northeast, right, Dave? Used to be like Maine, but it's all over the East Coast now, maybe even more. So Argentina is here. Good morning. Yeah. Josh, stock up on that milk and bread. They say the average family can live for a month out of their pantry. Okay. I typically would be able to land in that category. However, when Bailey comes home, she looks at the born on dates and the expiration dates of everything. And we have differing opinions, Wendy included. We have different opinions on when something needs to be thrown out. Okay. It's just like, that's a suggestion, guys. It's like it's not some internal switch on the cottage cheese, that all of a sudden it's the day it's supposed to, not be any good anymore. It says best by this date. Okay. All right. Now I'm not talking about getting getting creepy. I'm just saying, hey, take a look at it before you just throw it in the trash. Okay. Don't forget your tickets to Job Tread Connect. There'll be 4 famous people there. Me, Steve, Richard, Bubba will come say hi. Yeah. Yeah, the nose test. Give it a good sniff, Josh. It's all good, It's yogurt. It's fermented. It gets good by going bad. Come on now. All right. Yeah. Welcome you guys that are on YouTube popping in. Be nice, be nice. Yeah. Okay, here they come. Here come the bots. Oh man. So 24 people on. Good for you guys. Look at you go. Look at you go. So today, day 10 of our series on ending overwhelm, right? Today we're going to talk about bringing calm confidence into your work. Dave says, if in doubt, throw it out. You guys should know he works at a grocery store. It's a grocery center, Um, yeah. So anyway, we're talking about bringing calm confidence into your work today. Okay. So thank you guys for showing up for the last 9 days. Here it is, day 10 of our series. Okay. Ending overwhelm. So confidence isn't loud, guys. It's calm, steady, and earned. 35 people on here. Yeah, you YouTube guys, I appreciate you. You guys that don't have weird names and say nasty things. So thank you very much. What I want to talk about today is calm confidence, guys. The kind of confidence that doesn't rush, doesn't panic, and doesn't need validation. Okay. Not hype confidence, not fired up motivation confidence like that, not fake it till you make it confidence. This is confidence just built through clarity and discipline, boundaries, focus, consistency. That's exactly what we've been working on for the last 10 days. Okay. 9 days, 10, including today. Okay. So in a chat, when pressure hits, do you tend to be more reactful? Do you tend to react or do you pause and kind of take a breath? React or pause? Matt says smell test is overrated. Taste test is where it's at. Yeah, especially if you have kids. You can say, hey, taste this. Check out the Live Like Jet Foundation. Yes, that was created by Steve Rosenberg himself to honor the memory and the legacy of his son Jet, perished a couple of years ago in a motorcycle accident. So, and the purpose, other than that, is to get kids into trade school that might not otherwise be able to go. So, also check out the Love and Kindness Threads page on Etsy at that link. It's also scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Yeah, Jess Novak is here. She said she used to react. Now I pause to respond. If you guys were at Mach 5 or at our ground school recently, you saw Phil Kornichuk speak. And he talked about kind of taking a knee and breathing. Okay, taking a breath. And you've heard Steve talk about that too, with regard to an emergency in the air as a pilot. First thing they're trained to do is just take a breath and then find that manual really fast, right? Yeah, react or pause. Yeah, it's very helpful if you can pause. All right, because the calm confidence shows up when you trust yourself, slow your response, protect your energy, focus on what matters, and stop trying to control everything, right? Dave Davis has done both. Depends on the mindset. Yeah. Alex says that sure helped me yesterday. I'm looking forward to hearing that story, Alex. That thanks for the great text. Yeah, it's the difference between reacting emotionally and responding intentionally. Okay. Calm confidence doesn't mean you have all the answers. It means you trust your ability to handle whatever shows up. That's all. Good morning, Pete. Thinking of you today. Glad to see you here. Glad to see you here. Um, yeah, what situations test your calm the most right now? Is it work? Is it people? Christmas? Holiday shoppers? For real though. Good morning, Rachel. How are you? Somebody give Dan Bennett a call. Tell him we're here. Yeah, what situations test your calm right now? Throw it in the chat. For a lot of us, it probably can be work related, right? For years, that's the way it was with me, especially with contracting, right? Definitely going to test your calm. Don't forget to check out Bailey's social media business, 21 Digital, okay? Social media expert, all right? Check her out. She's here home for the holidays. So, Jason Greenleaf, sometimes I just shake my head and walk away. Yeah, what can you do, really? You know, I get that driving a lot, 100 work. Yeah. It's funny. The comments are delayed. So I have to not only talk about what I'm talking about, but remember what I talked about 15 seconds ago. That the comments are now pertinent to. Yeah. What situations test your calm the most right now? Alex says 100% work. Yeah, I bet. People, Josh. Yeah, for sure. How about people at the gym? You got gallon jug of water guy with the tank white tank top, When work slows down, yeah, that tests your patience, I'm sure. Tests your calm. Calm confidence is built, guys. Okay, not declared. I'm calm, confidently calm. Yeah, Chris Pierce work for sure. Right? It's confidence is built. You earn it by keeping the small promises and showing up when it would be easier not to. Okay, this is a good thought for you guys that are thinking about kicking off a new workout routine at the end of the year or the beginning of next year. Right? Calm leaders think clearly under pressure. Okay, what kind of leader are you? Do you go off the deep end, so to speak, when something crazy happens? You know, calm leaders pause, they create a little space, and they don't let urgency dictate behavior. Okay, calm confidence changes how you lead. All right, you're going to make better decisions, have clearer communication. It's going to be less stressful for sure, right? Going to have be more present. People are going to want to be around you, not run away, right? Get more trust from them. All right. What does that look like for you? What does calm confidence look like for you? Does it look like maybe not blowing your top when something happens on a job site? Maybe not being even passive aggressive on the phone or something like that, or in an email. Yeah. What does calm confidence looks like to you? Post it in the chat if you can. Talking about just slowing down a little bit. Reminds me of one time we had a snowmobile accident, and there was just a lot of chaos going on the trail, sleds going by, one guy on the side of the trail with a broken leg. And I found myself just kind of getting calm, and saying, "Hey, you go here, you go there, da 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 da." And at the end of the whole rescue operation, I was exhausted because it took a lot, but I also was like, "Wow, I actually handled that pretty well." I didn't go, we were deep in the woods, had to wait for 2 hours for somebody to come, for an extraction, from a local rescue. And they were on snowmobiles. So, lots of reasons to go, be snapping at people, right? Or get into an even worse situation. I found myself getting calm. And I realized that that's kind of where I go to when the proverbial shit hits the fan, so to speak. So Dave says, I'm generally calm on the outside, something going crazy on the inside. Yeah. Dave says, I never understand why people wait until the new year to start a new routine. How excited you are to start and then want to start now. I want to start now, he says. Yeah. Nothing makes you want to start worse than not being able to, right? Alex, I'm scared like a duck on water, calm above the surface, paddling like crazy in the brain. I like that analogy. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, where would calm create better outcomes for you? Like if you were able to calm down, right? Just calm down. Yeah. Where do you rush when you should slow down? It's just kind of going through your morning routine or rush through reading something. I know sometimes when I read, I rush and I'm like, I didn't even I didn't get that last paragraph, so I'm going to go back and read it again and slow down and not have squirrel moments, right? Yeah, how would your leadership change if you responded instead of reacted? Yeah, it would help in being present for sure, Josh. Yeah. Finish this sentence for me. When pressure shows up, I choose to respond with fill in the blank. When pressure shows up, I choose to respond with fill in the blank. Pop it in the chat if you dare. That's your standard going forward, guys. Wow, I just kind of slurped that. When pressure shows up, I choose to respond with Colin says solutions. Good morning, sir. Anyone else? A bulldozer. Yeah, there you go. When pressure shows up, I choose to respond with calm and clarity. Hey, Jourdain, a plan and a smile. Calm. Locke says calm. Everybody's just calm down. Yeah. Dave, I knew you were kidding. You don't work in that environment and be yelling at people all the time, right? I've worked where Dave works, and it was 30 plus years ago. And I guess, yeah. 28 or so. Anyway. Yeah. Respond with organizing a plan. Yeah, for sure. That's your standard going forward, guys. Matthew Padron, analysis. I like it. Tim Tripp, good morning. Call your brother. He's still sleeping. Shoot. Yin Johnson, facts and clarity. Yin's just spitting facts at you. Right. Facts and clarity. Pretty hard to argue that. Justin Kohler, good morning. He responds with authority. Yeah. He's always up at 5. Yeah. We know. So he's choosing not to be here. I think there's a coup. Bubba's not here. Dan's not here. Somebody called Jason Rector. Good morning, Brad Birch. Good to see you. Yeah. When pressure shows up, I respond with, yeah, fill in the blanks, guys. And then post in the chat, what word do you want to define how you lead moving forward? Tim, what word do you want to define how you lead moving forward? Is it chaos? No. Is it iron fist? No. Fairness? Yeah, maybe. Calmness? Presence? Solution? Yeah. I like it. Confidence, Alex says. Yeah. Mm-hmm. What word do you want to define how you lead moving forward? Clarity, Josh Baker says. For sure. Yeah, I like it, guys. Hey, Lee, good morning. Talking with you a little bit later today. Love to see it. Looked on my calendar and I see a new name, so thank you. Sweat. Okay. Doing the work. Ben Bryant says I would choose not to be here too, like Dan, but I downloaded the wrong phone virus called Good Morning with Bob. I got you coming and going, kid. You're not getting away. What's that? Hotel California. You can check out, but you can never leave. You didn't know what you were getting into when you logged on that first time, right? All signs point to hashtag live 365 at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Well, guys, thanks. I appreciate it. I hope you lead with a little bit of clarity, a little bit of confidence, solutions, okay, authority, little facts and clarity, with organizing a plan, that kind of stuff, right? All of those are good things. Nobody said, lose my shit, right? Jace Hunter, good morning. Jace, if someone was going to describe your leadership style, would they say it was calm or chaotic? Don't tell me you're not a leader. Matt says, not always proud of the way I respond. The 5th and 6th time I received defective cabinets, I threw something. Well, I don't know that anybody here would argue with that, right? Sometimes you got to have a little bit of a moment, right? And have a little bit of a moment. You see those people that go out in the woods and scream? Okay, whatever. Yeah, pop a fist pump in the chat if this landed with you. So chaotic, Jay says. Thanks for your honesty. We're just talking about getting calm and calming down in your leadership. Lead with your heart forward, your hands behind your back. Yeah, it's hard for somebody to say you were being aggressive in that kind of a stance, right? For sure. So, guys, overwhelm doesn't end because life gets easier. It ends because you get steadier. We spent 10 days talking about it now. Okay. Calm confidence is what carries you forward in business and leadership and in life. Okay. So thank you for participating in the 10 days of ending overwhelm. So before we wrap, I'd like to just take a quick look back. All right, Yin, you ready? Yin does my recaps. She's probably the quickest typer in the room. Oh man. So let's look back at the full 10 days. Okay. What we actually worked through together. This might jog a few things. And if it hits on something where you weren't here that day, all of these things, all of these videos live on YouTube. I had a moment with a door at my old house. Best money spent for therapy. The door had it coming. Yeah, we were at my brother Rick had just purchased my grandmother's old house, and we were going to remodel it. He wasn't really sure if he wanted to remodel until I took a hammer to the plaster wall, and I said, "There, we're underway." So late in the project, he and my dad were just relocating a storm door out to the back of the porch. And I heard a holler and a scream that sounded like it came from deep in the jungle. I was doing the trim on the inside of the living room window facing the road. I turned and looked, and I saw a full storm door just windmilling past the window out in the backyard, only to be chased down by Rick and folded in half like a piece of pizza, and then folded in half again, jumped on, and then thrown again. So he showed the storm door. He came inside and he said, "Yeah, Dad and I are heading down to Home Depot." I said, "You feel better?" He said, "Much, much." So, sometimes some things just got to have it, right? That's when, I'm not, counting out the fact that a good swift kick can take care of a lot of things. Oh, this is going sideways now. Yeah, I really enjoyed this topic. Thanks, Ben. Learned a lot. Really spoke to me. I need this topic a lot. Yeah. Well, I view you as pretty calm, Ben. I view you as pretty calm. So I make sure that one cabinet door doesn't have soft closed hinges so it can be slant. Yeah. Yeah. You ever see that guy that plays the beginning of In the Air Tonight on the cabinet doors? Right. He has all the upper cabinet doors or a couple of bases open. Google that. It's a thing. So light it on fire. Light it on fire. Oh, now it's coming out. Sue Weirs, how are you? Good to see you. We're acting mischievous here. So, hey, day one, we talked about breaking the busy cycle, right? Kind of exposed that the lie that busy equals productive. Busy, busy. Oh, how you doing? Oh, I'm busy, busy. We talked about how constant motion without intention creates stress. Okay, not progress. So busy isn't the goal. Clarity is. That was day one. Day two, we talked about overwhelm being a clarity problem. Okay, we reframed overwhelm as just lack of direction in a lot of ways, right? Not a lack of capability. We focused on choosing what actually matters each day. Okay, so when priorities are clear, stress drops fast. Okay, day three, we talked about how to slow down a chaotic mind, right? Sometimes we're all over the place. We talked about the racing thoughts and mental overload and why getting things out of our head and narrowing the focus brings immediate relief. Okay. Calm starts when your mind has a clear target. Chris Pierce, there are a few problems that can't be solved with proper application of C4s. Okay. No, we're going to get thrown out of here. Yeah. Day four, we talked about decision making when you're exhausted, okay, and not making those decisions when we're down on energy, right? We learned most bad decisions aren't careless; they're just kind of tired, and why protecting your energy protects your leadership. Okay, so don't decide when you're depleted. Day five, we talked about the power of micro consistency. You shift away from the big resets, okay, and focus on small daily habits that rebuild confidence and momentum. Small steps done daily and to overwhelm. Okay, there we go. Day 6, daily routines that reduce stress. We talked about that, didn't we? We talked about simple morning and evening anchors and how structure creates freedom in unpredictable days or on unpredictable days. Structure supports you guys. It doesn't restrict you. Okay. Don't look at it as rules. Speaking of rules, on day 7, we talked about boundaries. Okay. Boundaries that protect your peace. And we addressed how loose boundaries drain energy and why protecting access to you is a leadership responsibility. All right. It's up to you. Okay. Boundaries aren't walls, they're filters. They can actually give you a lot of freedom. Okay. This conversation about C4 that's going on in the chat, I'm a little concerned about. Day 8, just a couple days ago, we said, hey, it's okay to say no. Saying no without guilt was the title of the talk that day. We unpacked guilt, people pleasing, and how saying no is often the most honest form of leadership. And no is a complete sentence. Think about it. Yeah. Day 9, yesterday, we talked about a 90-minute focus block, just taking some time, right? We moved from relief into execution. So what are we going to do now, right? Talked about how protected focus time creates progress and reduces stress, okay? Focus beats chaos every single time. And today, especially for you guys that are just popping in, we talked about bringing calm confidence into your work. And we tied it all together and focused on becoming steadier, clearer, and more intentional as leaders. Calm confidence is built, not declared. We don't just say, I'm calmly confident, okay? You got to walk the walk, okay? So guys, post in the chat over the last 10 days, which lesson from this series are you taking with you? You can have them all. Which one are you taking with you? Which one landed for you? Anybody care to pop in the chat? This series wasn't about doing more, guys. Just do more. And sometimes the answer is just do more, but it isn't with regard to overwhelm. It's about doing what matters with intention. Okay, and the fact that we're here on day 362 proves something important. There's Ian with the recap. Thank you very much. The fact that we're here on day 362 proves something very important. Showing up works. Very simple. Showing up works. Just keep showing up. Anyone I've talked to in the coaching space or personal and business development, when I ask them, how'd you get where you're at? What did you do? I just kept showing up, man. I just kept doing the reps. I just kept doing the thing. Many people jump on and they jump online or they jump into a habit or something and they're going to do it. They're going to commit. They're going to do it all, right? There's Matt Padron, 50 days into a commitment, right? Talking about overwhelm. Yeah. Many people jump in, they commit and they don't stick, right? Because we always default to our highest level of our standard, really. That's what it is. So we didn't raise our standard. So Josh says spending more time developing good processes and systems. So you had to think less when chaos happens. Right. Yeah. Don't leave room for that chaos to kind of breed, right? What's your system? I was talking with one of our new clients yesterday, and, oftentimes people come to him for the answer, right? And I said, stop doing that. Ask, what do you think we should do? Who owns this decision? What is the process for this decision to be made, right? And over time, he's going to get his time back. He's going to empower people to answer those questions, and he's going to develop a process to make sure that it doesn't get to him unless it's on fire or underwater. Oh, thanks, Josh. Yeah, that's what resonated with me. Appreciate you, man. And I thank you for showing up so much. There's a list of you guys. I don't have it written down, but it's in my mind. A list of you guys that have showed up almost every day, and I appreciate that. You show up when you're coming from the gym. You show up when we got seatbelt Dave sometimes driving down the road. Guys that are listening at a job site. guys that are probably listening to it, getting ready for their day. So I appreciate that. You guys that listen to it on the rewind, there's many people that have never commented and but listen to this every day. That's pretty cool. I wish I had that number because that'd be fun to see. You guys that share, thank you. Keep sharing. I appreciate it. Now we're routinely getting 5 to 10 shares a day. You guys are just popping it out there. So if you see that someone shared it, comment on it because that pops it back up. So don't make me pick one, Pete says, right? You can have all 10. Guys, if you like the Summit podcast, I got a great one. Speaking of Peter Christensen, Pete and I sat down last week, had a great conversation, and that's on the Summit podcast that went out today. So all you have to do is look at my Facebook page or Peter's Facebook page. It's on the Summit group page. So yeah, invite people to the Summit too. We haven't done that in a while. So thanks, Jace. I appreciate you. Sharon's Karen. Yeah, exactly. Yin, you're always sharing. Even the other day, I don't think you were even on and you shared it. So thank you. I appreciate it. You guys that watch it on the rewind, share it out. That's how I know you saw it. So I really appreciate that. You guys doing the thing. So for the next couple days, next few days, we're just going to talk about the progress that we've all made this year. And hopefully I've had a little bit of a hand in that, keeping you guys honest, keeping you showing up by showing up myself. And yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. And then tomorrow I'll tell you about something special we're going to do on Friday. Okay. So guys, I appreciate it. Love you all. Have a fantastic day. Hey, there's Catherine Thomas. Be intentional with everything you do. Focus on the day, not the month of the year. Create your daily routine consistently, and positive change will happen. What a great way to drop the mic, put it away, and end this one. Got a busy day today. Got a few coach calls and a couple of podcasts to shoot. So I appreciate you guys. And we're going, as Wendy says, we're going hard in the paint over here, right to the end line. And Christmas Eve tomorrow night, people coming over to the house. So we got to get this place cleaned up. All right. We'll see you guys. Appreciate you. If you need me, holler. I'm around. Take care.